Two guys, one sofa.
Yay! Yay! So I'm trying to.
Oh, we started.
We started, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Every time, like, we just don't, like, sell ourselves at the beginning.
I wasn't even looking.
You weren't even paying attention.
Hello.
Hi. God damn it.
Welcome
Every
to
time.
Two Guys, One Sofa.
Episode something or other.
Whatever it is, the Avengers Infinity War special.
Yay! 10 years of CGI superheroes.
Or is it yay?
No,
is it
I like that. I like
is
that.
Is it yay or is it boo? Or is it nay? Is it blue worms?
Or is it just meh?
Yeah. Is it thumbs in the middle?
It could be a meh, easily. I mean, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll start with the usual thank yous. We start after our last podcast. We started off our Facebook page.
Yay!
And it's going all right. We've put a few little editorial pieces up there, a few little written reviews of various things we've seen.
I don't know if anybody gives a shit, but we
Had
have
a few little comments and things, a bit of
That's
feedback
good.
to some of the reviews. Ready
That's
Player
good.
One got a bit of a mixed bag in terms of the feedback.
Yeah, I that's another one I've missed. I've not done well with the whole cinema thing, so I'm starting to write up a few Netflix.
You're excelling
related.
at this film podcast thing, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm now opening it up to a pop culture podcast,
Oh no.
but not gaming.
Oh,
No.
Okay. No, there was no Call of Duty here.
No,
friends.
exactly. Occasionally, I may, because I've started to do the whole binging on Netflix, so I may just delve into that. I have a little tipple,
A little tipple.
so to speak. So it wouldn't surprise me if we leave that for the those little written up bits.
Yeah, because I mean, my binging when I do TV binging is very much living in the past. You know,
How is the next generation for you?
it's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Other than hoping that Wesley Crusher dies in a house fire.
Such an unlikable character.
Such an unlikable person, Will Wheaton.
Yeah, I'd say that with the utmost confidence, but with no knowledge or backing of that.
I mean, I'm assuming, without risk of making an ass out of you or me.
We often do that regardless.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the sort of the defamation rules are on YouTube, but Will Wheaton is a cunt.
All right, cheers, Will. Speaking of, I was trying to think of a decent segue, but I can't think of one. So, speaking of cunts, Scarlett Johansson's in this movie. She has one.
Okay. Yeah.
Back on track, people. Back on track.
Okay, so Avengers Infinity War. So we're going to try and keep this, certainly for the first part of the podcast, as we appreciate, it's opening day when we're recording this. A lot of people won't have seen it. We're going to try and keep it as spoiler-free as we can to allow it to be inclusive for everyone. You can all have a listen.
Exactly. So spoilers will come. We're hoping down the line. We're definitely going to delve into spoilers, but for the first bit, we're going to do our best. But we apologise if something Tourette and verbally spills out of us.
Hashtag Luke dies.
Hashtag Luke dies. Yeah. Sorry about that.
So
Go, Pete.
straight
Go.
off the bat, did you enjoy the film?
I did enjoy the film.
Me too.
Yeah.
This has been Two Guys One Sofa.
Go check it out, guys. And now spoilers. No.
Yeah, I mean, we were both, I think, cautiously optimistic going
Apprehensive.
into it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the superhero fatigue had set in a little bit for both of us.
The thing is, it always does before, like, the Avengers movie. Whenever we get round to an Avengers movie, I always feel I'm burnt out on that.
There's a lot of...
And every time it just
Stuff to
kind of
wade
does
through.
drag me back. It always surprises me to a degree.
Well, yeah, I mean, when I think back to last year, we enjoyed Spider-Man, we enjoyed Thor Ragnarok.
Because they were different.
Yeah.
I think that's what...
I appreciate it's not Marvel, but we enjoyed Wonder Woman last year as well.
Yeah.
So it's not that like we don't enjoy these superhero movies in all cases, but there's just so many of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think the nice thing is as well, like, again, because this last 12 months or 2 years has had this movement of each, they've been different the last few that have come. So going back to a generic formula all of a sudden, again, feels different in itself, or fresh to a degree,
Yeah.
which helped. But like you say, the other problem, like you say, is there's so many superhero films out there. Half of them are fucking dog shit.
Well, yeah, so many superhero
DC.
films and therefore so many superheroes, and that was one of our big concerns
Yeah.
going into this. How are they going to cram all of these characters from all of these different films. I mean, it's a long running time for this film. We're looking
Yeah.
at 2 hours, 45 minutes, there or thereabouts. So how are they going to cram all of this stuff in, but still keep you interested, still make sure everyone's getting a story to tell?
I have an answer. 10 years of building it.
Yeah.
So they don't have to build the characters on the screen.
Yeah.
Well, you're watching, like certain other films had to. DC.
Yeah. Do you bleed?
I mean, that's the difference, and this was the payoff. This was the 10 years. It had all accumulated to this. We all knew from year 2 of this 10-year thing.
Yeah.
This was their big plan. This was their end goal. We didn't know if there was going to be anything past this, if they were planning it. This was always going to be the accumulation
Yeah.
of 10 years worth of storytelling in this Marvel universe. And so by the end of it, like I said, I haven't seen Black Panther. So that is the only one I've missed. And therefore, the only characters that I couldn't really attach to in it, really were the people from Wakanda. Because I've not visited that part of this universe
it's
yet.
difficult because, as you say, some films are better than others in this world. So,
Yeah.
I think it's fortunate that Thor Ragnarok came out last year because I was pretty disenfranchised with the Thor world and the Asgard world.
Yeah.
I really didn't like Thor 2, whatever it was, the Dark World.
Dark World, yeah.
Yeah, I did not enjoy that in the slightest.
So much so that I forgot that actually had an Infinity Stone. So
Yeah,
one of
we
the
were
major
talking-
plot devices.
We were talking about that beforehand, and we will get into a bit more specifics about the movie plot and what it revolves around shortly. But as it turns out, it was quite an integral film in the build-up to this. But you wouldn't have thought so watching it at the time.
No, we couldn't, like I say, we tried to figure out where each one of these MacGuffins, the story film.
We
all know about it.
I don't think we're spoiling much by getting into Infinity Stones. They are the focal point of this film, and Thanos, who is our big villain of the Marvel world, who we've been building up to since the very start. This is his arrival. This is where he comes into the Marvel world, and he is trying to accumulate these six Infinity Stones.
And we were trying to figure out where they all were in the universe.
So
in this and
to save anyone else the trouble, should we just have a quick run through from our...
Right, see if we can remember this shit.
There's a blue stone, and that is
Tesseract.
the Tesseract.
That was the original Avengers film.
Avengers assemble, the big cube thing.
The big cube,
The
blue
fight
cube.
over.
Yeah, big.
The yellow stone, we've seen a few times.
It's in Vision's head, right?
That's the one that turns out in Vision's head. We first see it again in this first Avengers film in Loki's scepter.
Scepter, yeah.
He uses it to control the mind of people, and then we see it again at the end of, I want to say possibly Winter Soldier, when I think it's fallen into the hands of Hydra and he's using it to control
Possibly.
Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, maybe.
In one of the end credit
Something,
scenes of
yeah,
one of the
something.
standalone films.
There was something.
We've got a green stone, which is with Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Which is one we were a bit concerned about, because that's one of the lesser hyped Marvel films. I've only seen it on a plane. I've not seen it on TV.
I did enjoy it when I
enjoyed
watched
it, but that was one we had to rack our brains a bit for.
The other
Purple
one,
stone from Guardians of the Galaxy,
which was on the planet Nova Prime, or
it was a Nova
something,
core.
or just it was in a safe basically in space.
Yeah.
After Peter Quill held it, and they had that moment at the end of Guardians,
There was-
the first Guardians.
A red stone, which is the one
This
we're
was-
talking about from Thor Dark World.
That's the one that took us ages to figure out what's the sixth.
Yeah, it was in liquid form or something.
And
I can't think what
Natalie
it was called.
Portman got DP'd by it, I believe.
Yeah, she got fucked up.
But
And then that was left with the Collector, I think.
Yes, that's right, because the two of Thor's side people, like the one that looks like a dwarf from Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
and
Gimli.
the lady Sif, I think her character is. She's not been in the last 4 films.
Okay.
She was the one that everyone, including myself, went, wasn't there a chick here?
Yeah.
And
But
she.
that's gone now.
Yeah.
And then the other stone, I think we're only introduced to in this film. I don't think we've seen it previously.
Which one was that again? Oh yes, that's right. It was the Soul Stone.
The Soul
because
Stone,
we had
which we will get into later in our spoiler section.
Yeah. Okay. We finally figured out, where they all came
So
from.
yeah, that's the overriding story of this film is our big villain Thanos trying to accumulate these Infinity Stones for total power over life and death, essentially.
Yeah,
over the universe.
He rules the universe with
fairly standard stuff.
Yeah,
Nothing too complicated in that regard.
no.
And in terms of the story, worked for you?
It all felt very fluent.
Yeah.
There was not a point that I thought, looking back off the top of my head, there's not anything that I, at this moment, go, they could have left that out.
Yeah.
At the
I
moment,
think that's
everything seems to have a cog in the wheel, and the machine that seems, nothing stood out like the Canto Bite in Last Jedi.
Yes.
Like that, that was a subplot that literally took up screen time that didn't fucking need to be told. This didn't have any of that I can glaringly think back to and go, yeah, that could have been
Yeah,
done
for such a long film, it didn't feel like a great deal of filler. There was either scenes involving the accumulation of these stones, be it action scenes or whatever, or emotional scenes, as again we'll get into
the
later.
other ones were the accumulation of characters.
Yeah, character moments. There were a lot of good character moments that were paid off, that had been built up to and paid off. So no complaints in that regard. In terms of, as we mentioned before, getting all of the characters into the film, giving them their appropriate screen time, making sure enough stories are told, nobody's rushed. Generally a success for the most part.
Yeah, again, nothing like really stuck out for me that just thought that seems to be deliberately shown in. There was enough. There was a reason for those characters all being there, and that's why it flowed brilliantly. I thought, because like I say, you have these movies that try and do this. We've had them in the past. This isn't the first accumulation of X amount of characters. It's just that, again, they've had 10 years to build it and they've done it right. So therefore, when they all come together, they don't have to explain that this person's going to have one personality and this person's going to have another. They're already there. You know that these two characters are going to butt heads, or this one's going to get on with a similar outlook to this other one, and so forth.
Yeah, it was a fun mix of reuniting of characters that we've seen before,
and again it just flowed.
And then new combinations, which worked really well, and we'll get into that a little bit more in a moment. Some of the interactions between perhaps characters we hadn't seen together before. Maybe Black Panther was the one that felt a little bit out of place, almost, or maybe not out of place, but rushed. As you say, you've not seen Black Panther.
No. So
I think you're familiar enough with the Marvel Universe to understand, but for someone who wasn't, if you haven't seen Black Panther, you would just think this is a bit part character. How is this $1 billion franchise? Yeah.
Like I say, it just happened to be, like I say, they knew a guy, because obviously Black Panther, I did not know that this Wakanda place was so technologically advanced.
Yeah.
So when they go there for a reason. Obviously, I had no idea that's where they were going to go when they the throwaway line of, I know somebody that can deal with this problem, and it's like, okay, and I was expecting it to go somewhere else, and then it turned up there, and you're just like, oh, okay, so they're very okay, I'll go along, and then I was, but again, like I say, it was just like, oh, that's how they got Black Panther into it. Or that's the reason why they're there.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the tone of the film, it's comedy. We've often talked about that in the Marvel film. We laughed a lot during this film, and this is at various different points for various different characters.
A lot of times as well, we were laughing when other people weren't. So I don't know if that makes us laughing at something that may not have been there.
Maybe,
or we're just smarter than the average bear, and we.
I mean, that seems unlikely.
I don't know. I'm kind of full of myself, so.
Well, you're a big lad.
Exactly. I'm literally full.
Graeme.
Not just my own shit. McDonald's to PC. Fast food.
You have an orbit.
I do. Thanos could literally pull me from the sky. I mean,
the Guardians of the Galaxy, I think, were perhaps the highlight for me, because as I say, I didn't particularly enjoy Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I thought this was a better outing for them in this than the actual second Guardians of the Galaxy film. They stole the show for me in this.
Yeah.
And their interactions with the other characters, we had Peter Quill and Tony Stark, the meeting between them at last. We had the whole group of them meeting Thor, which I think we see in the trailer. Those scenes were fantastic. So that worked really well. We get Doctor Strange and Tony Stark.
The Doctor Strange was always the one that I was concerned about, because again, they feel like a all-powerful character, but always kind of shoehorned as a B-lister.
Yeah.
Very, very. I mean, this guy can control reality and stuff. I mean, it's very similar to his DC counterpart is a character called Zatanna, who again can just alter reality with spoken word. So therefore, is surely the most powerful.
Well, it's similar
and
to Scarlet
dangerous.
Witch as well.
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch is so powerful,
but they never kind of.
but she's never at the forefront. Yeah, she's
but
always.
they've never explained why they don't see them as this all-powerful, conquering.
Yeah.
But they're always then put as B-listers behind your Captain America's, behind your Supermans.
I can't remember the name of the characters from Black Panther, so I apologise for that. But
and I never watched it.
One of them makes reference to the fact that why has she been up there the whole time, not helping?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
When she helps out at some point during the battle, it's like, why has she been on the sidelines this whole time?
Yeah.
And it does kind of identify a little bit of a loophole in logic.
Yeah.
In their world.
It's almost like they looked at it, knew that they had to go about it this way.
Yeah.
And even the directors and writing kind of went, make a nod to that. Almost. Because, like I said, there was a few moments like that were all self-aware kind of humour or moments that I appreciated it, because normally they try and just brush it over.
I mean, I think in Scarlet Witch's case, perhaps the ability is bigger than the character. She's not that interesting a character. Where Doctor Strange, I find him quite engaging. He's a bit of a contrast to some of the other characters, and he can clash with people. Yeah,
he does have his, like you say, from his own film, he's an egotistical maniac. He's very much like Tony Stark with magic.
That was a really fun clash between those two. That was one of the highlights for me.
So again, I'd say that was, I feared for Doctor Strange being in there, but it was nice how and I think it's going to pay off again in the longer run as well.
Yeah,
a lot of his character moments. I don't know. I off the top of my head, like I say, everything flowed very nicely. Character moments, the story itself. Certain exposition parts that, like you say, that, and again, you have to have certain moments in a superhero film.
Yeah.
And they did that very well, I thought.
I mean, is there anything in general terms that didn't work for you, that you didn't like so much?
I mean, no, off the top of my head.
Okay.
Not glaringly. I mean, obviously there's like little nitpick moments or eye roll moments, but like you say, coming straight out the cinema to here to record this, only the big ones stick in my head.
Yeah.
By the second time round, that's when I start to kind of nitpick more and stuff. But there were no glaring kind of. I thought.
Yeah, certainly story-wise, there was nothing I thought, this is stupid. I've complained before about some of the big CGI fights and whatnot, and how they're confusing, and people flying around, and you can't tell who's doing what. And there was some of that in here, as you'd expect. It didn't feel quite as obnoxious and in your face as I perhaps expected it to.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot less of actually what I was, I mean, the thing is, again, you're going to have them. If you didn't have those moments, the chances are would be walking away going, I was lacking something for a superhero film.
Well, also, we are a bit of an exception to the rule, let's be honest. We're not the ones that are going to be making them billions and billions of pounds at the box office. That would be the popcorn-munching dumb masses.
The children.
The kids.
Yeah.
And the man-babies.
Yes. And make no mistake, I see us as man-babies, but not...
In a different sense, I would say.
In a more...
In a sense, you wear an adult diaper.
Exactly, I am a human trash bag. There's no two ways about it. But like you say, I mean, you're going to have to, can you imagine having kids sit through 2 3/4 hour movie and then only having one big fight scene or something?
I'm appreciative of that. As much as I prefer the character stuff, I appreciate those days are dead.
Yeah.
And, they're going to be few and far between.
Well, like you say, they're not going to spend 10 years setting up this fucking situation and then not to have
fucking Citizen Kane of superheroes.
Yeah, exactly. Then just have everyone around a table talking. I'll say I know that's going to come. So I mean, I took it, and I say there was a lot less than what I was expecting, to be honest.
Yeah.
So again, like I say, I appreciate that from my own personal gripey.
Yeah, and the fight scenes. There was some fun stuff as well. That's one of the things I like most about Doctor Strange, is it allows for some really cool visuals.
Yeah.
Very interesting, different sort of fight scenes, rather than just the usual punching each other.
I like as well how they integrated certain aspects of their own individual films and just give you that 20-second moment.
Yeah.
You know, before they all kind of fitted into place. It's all, you know, let's say Doctor Strange had a moment where it all went very abstract.
Yes.
And you're like, oh yeah, that was like the big thing from his standalone film.
Yeah.
It got trippy as fucking anything.
Yes.
And you didn't really see it in every scene that he was in. It was just one, you know, well, it's just the one moment that I can think of.
Yeah.
There was like a big standout moment and you were like, okay, that's them. Guardians, again, same thing.
Yeah.
You know, you had that moment and you're just like, oh yeah, it's the Guardian. Now that's the
their
tone from
introduction
theirs.
was great. You know.
And again, you know, they had their moments throughout it dotted in, but like the big one was their arrival, and again, it's a, you know, it's very obvious kind of, you're straight back into that universe. You're straight back into their story with just that simple bit of look, everything's like warp speed, bluey, and there's music
it's
and
fun.
Yeah,
Vibrant.
it's fun. Yeah. So and then you had the Doctor Strange trippy bit as well, which worked.
And you know what, as much as I moan sometimes about some of the big CGI fight scenes, I do also, as a guilty pleasure, enjoy some of that just full on badassery. And you know, we got some of that from Thor in particular in this film.
Yeah.
We get to see him go full on War Thor
War
at
Thor.
one point and just fucking lose his mind,
Yeah.
massacre people. I do enjoy that kind of thing. It takes me back to Chewie in The Force Awakens when
he just
Han
yeah,
Solo dies and we just get full on psycho Chewie.
and he just takes every shot and yeah.
Yeah, I deep down I do quite enjoy that.
Yeah. You're a bloodthirsty maniac.
Yeah.
You mad titan.
I do get a bit of bloodlust now and then.
I say when it's done right, it's done right.
Yeah.
I say I appreciate it. So I mean, yeah. Can we delve any further before spoilers? I mean, is there anything?
Well, I suppose for anyone who's leaving us here,
Come back.
who doesn't want to
Go
come
watch,
back for
come back.
spoilers,
Yeah.
go watch, come back. But yeah, it's certainly a thumbs up. We would recommend it.
Yep.
Once you have seen it, as we say, return, listen to the rest, give us your thoughts. I mean, should we do a grading now before we get into spoilers? If we're looking at an out of 10 sort of,
First viewing out of 10, I'd give it a solid 7, 8.
I'd say yeah, certainly more than a 7. You know, if I gave something like A Quiet Place a 7, I think this is up there as an 8, 8.5 for me.
I'll go with that.
I
So
really
about
enjoyed
8.
that a lot. Yeah.
8.
It's graded to 10.
Because I mean, we're very cynical people as well. So to get 9 or 10, you have to generally be one of our all-time favourite films from a personal standpoint.
Yeah, and I mean, as much as I did enjoy it, the running time, well, not as obnoxious as I expected, was a bit of an issue.
My ass
I do-
got numb.
Yeah, and you know, there were quite a few. It was quite a busy showing for a Thursday afternoon, an early Thursday afternoon. There were quite a lot of people dipping out throughout, going in and out, which you know.
The filmmakers can't help that.
Yeah.
To a degree. Like, hold your bladder, people, or go for a piss like we did beforehand.
Yes, but you know what? I didn't lose my attention.
No.
I wasn't checking out at any point, and yeah, I definitely recommend it. The biggest thing is it's made me really look forward to the next one.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of standalones before then. I think we've got Ant-Man 2 on the way.
Ant-Man and Wasp.
Um,
Captain Marvel.
yeah,
I think they're the two, actually.
I think that might be it. Yeah,
And then part 2.
and we're straight into it. Yeah, so it's
yeah. Solid 8. 8 out of 10. Thumbs up. If you have the money and the time to sit for a 3-hour fucking film,
yeah, do it.
go for it. Go for it. Well worth it. Especially if you've obviously sat through most, I would say, of these. You know, if you're coming in cold, then you're going to be kind of
Confused.
yeah. But so long as you've seen a good, 95%, 9 out of every 10 films.
Yeah,
that
I
they've
don't
had.
think you have to have seen everything necessarily.
You
but
can avoid Hulks. You know what the Hulk is.
Yeah.
It's pop culture, so you can skip those fucking Hulk films.
Yeah, I mean, even to an extent, the Iron Man films. You know, if
Yeah.
you've seen the Avengers, you know who Iron Man is.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So yeah, all right. Are we delving in?
Let's do it.
Okay, spoilers from here on out. Luke dies. Luke dies
Again,
again. Away from Luke dying,
quite a few deaths.
quite
to
a
talk
few
about.
deaths.
Where
Some
do we
would
be-
call it a purge.
Yeah, where do we begin with this?
Let's begin at the start.
Because we speculated beforehand,
Yeah.
about who we thought might die, and
As
let's talk about some of the names we chucked about.
Obviously, everyone assumes that it would either be Captain America or an Iron Man
Yeah,
or
we thought
both.
we were going to lose at least one of the two big hitters
Yeah,
in this film
to make way for other big hitters that are to come.
Predicted Nebula to go.
Nebula to go.
For those who aren't so familiar,
Yeah.
the sister of Gamora, Guardians of the
Yeah.
Galaxy, played by Karen Gillan.
There was a few that, like you say, the thing was, a few of the ones that did die were very much side characters I didn't actually think would be in the film full stop. that I forgot were going to be in
We'll come back to that in a second. In terms of one to expected to die, we talked about it beforehand.
Vision.
We
Vision.
both predicted Vision. We wondered. We thought the women would be fairly safe.
Yeah, and that's again not from a. Obviously, there's this big hashtag Me Too movement thing going on in
this
all
is
of
Graeme
that.
digging a hole again.
Yeah, this is me digging. Yeah, we generally thought, because it's such a hot property now, having the, like I say, off the back of Wonder Woman, and I had read a report like that the female leads were actually pushing for their own solo.
Yeah, they've still got stories to tell.
Yeah,
So
they
that was our
literally
basis for that.
by all accounts, they all got together when filming this.
Yeah.
And marched to Kevin Feige or whoever's in charge of Marvel and went, we want our own female-only Avengers star film. And supposedly he turned around and went, all right.
Yeah, as much as we thought Nebula was going to go, we'd ruled out Scarlet Witch, we'd ruled out Johansson.
Yeah.
We were ruling out Gamora, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think Nebula from the Guardians. We wondered about Falcon. He was one I expected to go.
Yeah, or War Machine.
Yeah, Don Cheadle. As he's getting on a bit anyway.
And he got, pretty much fucked up in the last one.
Yeah, which seemed to be forgotten about in this film.
He had his little things on his legs. I noticed.
He had his little things on his legs.
No, he was paraplegic, but at the end of that one, he was working on his physique. And then if you noticed it during the thing,
in this, he's just War Machine again. Let's be honest.
He had braces on his legs though, so it was. Did you not see the futuristic braces?
I did see the brace on his legs.
That's all it was, just a throwaway. Look, he can do that now.
Yeah,
they can build cyborgs, peep. Yeah, I mean, come on, people, buy into this.
He deserved to be crippled, and he should have stayed that way.
Nanite technology.
No. Once a cripple, always a cripple.
That was something I didn't enjoy.
Oh, okay.
Before we go off, sorry. That was something I did not enjoy. The nanite technology. All of a sudden, the human race is capable of creating anything from what it wants, and all of a sudden, we're all powerful to a degree.
Yeah.
That just took away any, almost a sense of danger, almost.
Well, this is a film. Unlike the rest of them, it didn't particularly feel like there was a threat to the human race. I mean, I know Thanos talked about the fact that, I can click my fingers and everyone will die, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But we didn't see much of the human cost. A lot of the streets were empty during the fight scenes.
Yeah.
There was very little collateral damage.
Yeah, it was detached from mainstream Earth.
Yes.
So, okay, I get that. I mean... I think,
But in terms of the deaths, those were some of the ones who were speculating. I think there was possibly one or two others we pondered.
Yeah.
But, so who did we actually lose then, Graeme?
All right, from the
first
start,
5 fucking minutes.
The first 5 minutes, there were big losses. I mean, Idris Elba, which again, I forgot that he was going to be in this, and that was why him snuffing it, I went, oh yeah.
I mean, Heimdall, I think, is the character's name, the guardian of the gate of Asgard.
Yes, that's right.
It is.
And then straight after
him, we didn't see the stone guy that people liked so much. Was he one of the corpses at the start?
No, I think and also Valkyrie from Ragnarok, and obviously they're going to have a little explanation of why they weren't there, because I would imagine they took people in escape pods. That's just my theory. That's how that will be described away. Like 4 stayed behind.
Yeah, because we see a lot of corpses right from the off.
Get my people to safety.
Yeah. So if you've seen Thor Ragnarok, we open up on that ship that they're leaving on at the end.
Battered.
A lot of dead bodies.
Yeah, a lot of dead bodies. I mean, and the thing is, Thanos was already there, and Thanos' thing is all about balance, so therefore he'd killed half, he'd then spared half.
Yeah.
So maps that half were the Rock,
they've been sent away.
Yeah, they've been sent away. They just escaped. Yeah. But again, I don't know how soon after this was. I don't think they imagined for Ragnarok to be again such a integral success that you would be going, where's that character? Where's that side character that you've just met that has a few throwaway lines?
It was the lead-in film to this.
It was. Yeah. So lots of dead Asgardians, if they weren't already, pretty much fucked enough as a race after Ragnarok. And then a big one. A very big one, no less. People obviously speculated that he would, this character would join Thanos, and be the backstabber that he's,
such as
a
his
weasel.
way.
But no, Loki. He Tom Hiddlesworth.
Tom Hiddleston.
Hiddleston.
Hemsworth.
That's right. I got my two.
Your Hiddles and your Hems.
Yeah, I say my Asgardians confused. And
One was
nobody.
in Ghostbusters.
One was in Ghosts.
Never forget.
We don't speak. God, why couldn't he have died? Yeah,
In real life, yeah.
yeah. Just don't make any more 4 films because you
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah.
So then Loki snuffs it, but he has kind of this heroic standpoint moment,
Kind
which
of,
was
yeah.
kind of out of character, but at the same time, his character was redeemed in Ragnarok.
Well, he's got that Darth Vader factor about him, hasn't
Yeah.
he? That how much do you have to do to redeem a person like that? You know, like the thing is, Darth Vader was redeemed because he saved Luke and helped
Yeah.
kill the Emperor, but then he also murdered a load of children.
Exactly. Like, it wasn't like the death came as a surprise. Like,
yeah, it
more
was
so than, like, say, no.
As you say, first few minutes of the film, this set a tone.
Like, you assume, like you say, that his payoff would be, you know, he would continue because he's such a popular character.
Yeah. And Hiddleston's a big old name.
But yeah, it's a big old name, but no, he had his neck broken
Yeah, very, very early on.
very early on, which obviously pissed off Thor, because now literally everyone he knows is dead. I feel.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were 2 big casualties in the first 5 minutes of this film.
Yeah,
Massive.
so they were our 2 first deaths. Who do we get from there on?
Who was next?
Yes, so we mentioned before
Trying to go in
the final Infinity Stone is the Soul Stone.
Snow Stone. Yes, that's right.
Turns out, for those who aren't familiar, Thanos is the adopted father, or sort of abducted father, I suppose, of Gamora, of the Guardians of the Galaxy. And it turns out she has been shielding knowledge of the whereabouts of the stone from Daddy.
He knows about this.
He knows about it, calls her out, and they go on a search for this stone, where they come across
Red Skull.
Red Skull. Yeah,
That was a big shot.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
didn't
if you're
anticipate
into your old Marvel lore,
yeah,
all of a sudden fucking Red Skull's back.
yeah,
As some sort of spectre or some bollocks.
yeah, the guardian of this stone.
That was something that, like you say, the explanation was a bit thin for me.
Yeah,
I touched another stone and I was fighting with Captain America and then I ended up here.
yeah.
Oh, did you?
It was,
Okay, just buy into that. Yeah.
It was an Easter egg
Yeah.
for people who know, but for a lot of people that would have been a real what the fuck moment.
Yeah. Like I say, to be fair, the showing that we were in, obviously all Marvel fans, because everybody started just talking among themselves.
Yeah, there
just
was that.
briefly. They were just like, "Holy shit!"
There was the nerd gasp, like
Yeah.
when Nimoy returned in
If
Star
we
Trek
were,
movie.
if we're in America, you would have got some obnoxious going, clapping.
Woo!
Whoa, yeah,
Let's go, yeah.
yeah. So
Thankfully not.
glad we don't live in America for that and the gun
Many
thing.
other reasons.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, obviously Red Skull's out of some, but then obviously to get this stone, like the rule of thumb is you have to sacrifice something you love.
Sacrifice
Like
the
your
soul
soul-
of someone you love.
or sacrifice your own soul
Yeah.
in a manner that it is, you are literally giving your soul away because you are sacrificing something that you love more than anything.
Yeah.
You're not literally dying to get the stone. It's a case. Yeah, it's a metaphorical
Yes.
thing almost. So to get the stone, Thanos has to sacrifice something he loves dearly, and that turns out to be Gamora.
Yeah. She gone.
She got thrown off a cliff.
Yeah, did not see that one coming.
No, because it was so detached from any characters that it would impact a lot.
Yeah, it was
Like her, obviously, she was not surrounded by the Guardians. Normally the rule of thumb again in these films is, if you're attached to someone, they see you snuff it.
Mm.
So there was no Peter Quill in the background giving it no. There wasn't,
Well, in fairness though, before that they teased it.
Yeah.
She'd made him promise, if
Thanos
gets to me, I want you to kill me, Peter.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, all bets are off. It's game
Yeah.
over.
And he actually
We had
would
that
have done.
moment.
Yeah,
He
and he
pulled
would
the
have.
trigger.
But obviously Thanos had the reality stone, so
Yes.
therefore changed reality and turned his blaster into bubbles or something.
Yes.
So he would have done it there and then, but
So they had that moment.
because they had the power,
But then
he
she
took
is
it
swept away.
yeah.
And then we get the reveal scene a little bit later, and that was perhaps one little bit of a disappointment, is that we didn't get to linger on that a little bit more. Peter Quill's
Yeah.
reaction to her death, it felt quite rushed.
Yeah.
Maybe lost a little bit of the emotion that
Yeah.
it should have been.
Yeah. So yeah, Gamora thrown off a cliff, and that's how he got the soul stone.
The Soul Stone.
It sounds like some sort of 70s boogaloo.
Sly and the Family Soul Stone.
Yeah, it's like,
Different,
it's
different stones for different folks.
It's like a Northern Soul act that goes around touring. So yeah, that was Nebula. Not Nebula, sorry, Nebula.
Gamora. Nebula survived.
Yes, that was
that was a big shock of the film.
Yeah, it's like, oh
Karen
shit,
Gillan
she's
lived
still
on.
there.
Yeah.
And Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle's still going, yeah.
So yeah, after that, I think it gets to the big climax before
And oh boy, the big climax.
where other people start to die.
Who doesn't die at the end?
Yeah, it's going to be easier to reveal that. So obviously, this big thing is Thanos actually gets all the stones in the end. So by Vision, I think he was the next one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Vision. Yeah, because we
He
get
was the last stone,
Because we get a
wasn't he?
very similar moment to the Peter Quill Gamora moment where.
But with two other characters.
But yeah, Vision has said to her, you know, to stop him getting this Infinity Stone,
Destroy the
you
stone.
have to destroy the stone, and therefore me. She's reluctant to do this, but
She does
finally
it.
does it, and it's quite a
Yeah.
heart-wrenching moment. It's played well.
But much
An
like
emotional moment.
the one before with Peter Quill and Gamora, he already has the stone and the power to just brush that off, which is the big thing. So even with the Peter Quill, you saw him pull the trigger and you expected then, oh, that's it, the music will swell. But no, because he had got the reality stone, so therefore changed reality.
Well, this was the time stone,
And
which
this one was the time stone,
Just been given, handed by Doctor Strange.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, then
So he-
Vision sacrifices himself, but then gets put back together.
Yeah, and then he rewinds a few seconds.
Yeah, but
and
then-
kills him himself.
Kills him, and like literally just rips his forehead
his
out.
head
Then discards him. So then he's got all the power in the world, or the universe, in fact.
Yeah.
With the whole gauntlet is filled with its stones. All the
And then
six.
shit really goes down.
Yeah, because
How do we explain this?
Thor comes in to begin with, fires his newfound axe into his
Yes.
chest, and you're thinking, oh, like they almost like they gave him the stone, but then he didn't have time to use it, and then he's
Yeah.
there dying, and he
They
just
tease you.
should have gone for the head instead of his chest, because then he just flicks his, like I say, just literally clicks his finger, and shit happens.
Yeah. He promised us that half of all people would die,
Yeah.
and half of all people did.
Yeah. So major characters to turn into dust and floater off like Lord Voldemort did.
Falcon.
Falcon, Bucky,
Yes.
okay,
the Winter
Soldier, Black
Scar-
Panther,
Black Panther. Gone.
Scarlet Witch, gone.
Gone.
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
another
gone.
reboot coming out.
Yeah. Spider-Man.
So Spider-Man
gone.
gone. Peter Quill, Star-Lord,
Star-Lord. Gone.
Gone.
Drax. Gone.
gone. Groot, gone.
Groot. Gone. Mantis. Gone.
Gone.
Doctor Strange. Gone.
Gone. Who else was there? There was other people. There were.
Well, in our post-credit scene,
We'll get to so post credit. Obviously, you
more
see
people gone. We will get to that in a moment. But yeah, I think that's it.
There are basically half the cast goes up in
Yeah.
smoke,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
Wakanda. Bald lady from Wakanda.
Did she go? I
Yeah,
think
she
stayed.
went. She went.
I think she survived, didn't she?
No, I thought she went.
Maybe
Like,
she-
because they both went together almost.
No, I thought
did
she survived
Oh,
because
did
she
she?
watches him go, and she's like, "What is happening?"
I thought
That
then
was a bit
she
racist.
went afterwards.
What is happening?
Yeah, I thought they both went. It was
I
like a
thought-
tease.
I think she survived,
No,
but I'm not
you
sure.
could well be right. There was a lot of people going up in smoke that
Yeah.
you were just like, oh shit, oh shit, oh god, Spider-Man
Yeah,
reboot.
It
Oh,
happened,
God,
it
yeah.
happened so quickly, but I
Yeah.
think she survived.
Yeah. Well, either way, she wasn't a big player to
Yeah.
a degree. So yeah, literally, you are left now with after 10 years of world building. You're now left
original
with
Avengers.
the original Avengers.
So we've got Iron Man,
Iron
who's
Man.
isolated from everyone else.
Yeah.
Oh.
4.
For Captain America.
Captain America.
Who's not Captain America, he's just Steve Rogers now.
Oh, is that what that is? Is it?
I think. We
Oh, is
don't
that
see
what-
him as Captain America at any point in this
Just
film.
always referred him to as Captain. All right, fair enough.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
he
fair
seems to
enough,
just
yeah.
be Steve Rogers.
Yeah. Okay. So Steve's there.
A blonde Romanoff.
Yeah, that wasn't explained. I'd
Black
like that
Widow.
to be explained for some reason.
We've got Bruce Banner, who is currently unable to turn into the Hulk.
Because the
It's
Hulk
like a
is
erectile
scared.
dysfunction.
Yeah, basically, I think because the Hulk is scared because he got his ass handed to him
Yeah.
by Thanos, and even Hulk. That was a case of trying to show how powerful Thanos is.
Yeah, we've still got Nebula, we've still got Rocket of the Guardians, and I think Bald Lady. and one of the warriors of Wakanda.
Who was on the planet with Tony Stark?
Nebula.
Was that it? There was only two. Was there
Only
not a
two
third?
left. Only two left at the end.
I thought there was a third, but no, you may be right.
Yeah, because it was Mantis, Drax, and Quill from the Guardians,
That's right.
and then Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
Strange, and Iron Man, and then we get Nebula arrive.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah,
Just the two of them left.
half the universe is killed off in the end of this film.
Yeah, so
Literally. I know, two-parter. Yeah. This goes a bit beyond the whole Han Solo and Carbonite ending.
yeah, I don't know where the fuck we go from here.
I have theories, but we'll get back to them once we get through
Yeah.
assorted other things. So yes, after credit scene, the other two big ones to go are
Maria Hill.
Yeah, so she's gone. The right hand of
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury, thank you. His name escaped me. And then Nick Fury goes.
Yeah, Nick Fury gone.
Which
Again.
is his
Second Avengers death.
exactly. Same with Loki as well. He
Yeah.
snuffed it. So this is where it leads into. It's a nice little diversion into theory. We can go to
Okay.
a theory because obviously Nick Fury, as he's going off and he realizes he's dying, or realizes that holy shit, this is
This
catastrophic.
is the end game.
Yeah. Pulls out this old-looking 90s pager with a little
Yeah.
bit of tech on it. I'm assuming alien tech.
Yeah, speaking of old technology, Tony Stark also has a very 90s phone as well.
Oh yes, that's
Little
right.
flip phone.
Yeah. Well, that was the one that Rogers gave to him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For some reason, I think they even went flip phone. I
He's
think
an
he
old
threw
man.
away. Yeah. So obviously Nick Fury, before he disintegrates, brings Captain Marvel into the world. You don't see Captain Marvel.
We can see the symbol on the
A
screen.
symbol on the pager because it says sending, bum,
Yeah.
bum, and then obviously her symbol appearing is
Yeah.
she's received.
And we speculated how much is this going to mean to a general audience.
Yeah. Again, that's why it's an after credit scene, maybe.
Do you think they should have showed her?
Going into it, yes. Now, no, because it builds up her film that bit more. The anticipation to see that character finally. It just everybody. If you had thrown her in, it would have been very much like Black Panther to a degree. Like, oh, he was just a bit part. He's a scene here or there, or she was a scene, just one scene, and it would have been a bit on the nose, maybe. Just her stepping out the shadows and being, "Hey, everything's not lost," I think it would have been a bit too on the nose, maybe. So just this little tidbit was.
But would it have not been a better introduction? Because as we say, how many people know Captain Marvel?
Well, that's what her origin film is for. You're going to find out who Captain Marvel is, whereas this, it's just the symbol.
But do you not think it would have built anticipation more? That you actually see this person and we know what we're getting?
No, because like I say, it's anticipation for me. It's again the Cloverfield theory of it all. What you don't see, the more you want
it. It didn't work for
it.
DC. We saw the fucking Aquaman symbol and the Flash symbol.
We also saw fucking Doomsday in the trailer and the entire film play out in that. So I mean, like I say, just sometimes less is more. And I thought for this, like you say, you've already got so many fucking characters going on in this film. Did you really want to add another one on there? Just another A-list celebrity? Just
Maybe.
I mean,
Maybe.
So I mean, that builds in nicely because now all of a sudden, again, the Captain Marvel aspect is obviously all of a sudden you go, well, where's this character been? Obviously, we're going to get a little something very Wonder Woman-esque in where she comes from, but also I like the tidbit that after all this shit has gone down over these 10 years of these Marvel films, now was the time that Nick Fury went, we call this person. So I'm not too familiar with the character.
It's going to need some explaining.
I'm now starting to think that this may generally be the biggest character in the fucking Marvel universe all of a sudden, because
it's called
why would you not
Captain
call this
Marvel.
person...
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm now starting to think that, oh shit, I need to look into this character a bit more, because again, the stakes are raised. This is almost like throwing that ace down on that card table almost.
Yes.
Confidently. It's just like this is this is it. This is the Alamo moment.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was a reason why this person was not called when aliens were invading last time.
They're gonna have to go some to explain that. I think.
So that I think they'll be very Wonder Woman in how it's played out, that something will make her go away or she'll go away, but it will be explained in her own film. And then obviously the big first moment in the next one will be her probably saving some fucker's ass when they weren't ready for it. It looked like another big character was going to die, and then all of a sudden, boom, there she is.
I mean, with that in mind, where do they go from here? How do they explain this all away?
Well, again, the thing is, they've got these Infinity Stones. One of them is the Time Stone. So I'm not too familiar with the ins and outs of this Time Stone, but if Thanos can reverse time, well, what's to stop everybody at the end just hitting the reset button? Essentially, everybody's back alive. Everybody's this. Everybody's that.
I mean, do you think it's going to be as simple as that? Is that the most likely?
I fear it will be. I hope it isn't, but I fear it will be, because it's supposedly one of the 6 most powerful entities in this universe.
Yeah, because I suppose, again, in spoiler territory...
What alters reality, for fuck's sake?
When Doctor Strange literally hands over the Time Stone to Thanos, he sort of apologises to Tony Stark and says this is the only way, it's the only choice.
Earlier...
And that's open to interpretation.
Yeah, because earlier he was seen having a bit of a twitching marathon going on.
And he says, I've seen 14 million
possibilities, and only one worked.
Yeah.
So therefore, it was almost a case of, he saw this all coming. He knew this was coming. He knew this was the plan. This is the only way. And Thanos actually wiping out half the universe.
Yeah.
Because there's an end game for him.
Yeah.
And I think that's literally what he said as he disintegrated. He said, "Now we're in the end game."
Yeah. We can't save everyone.
Yeah. So.
Yet.
I mean, say the thing is, some of them are going to have to be brought back, because you can't not have. Unless I would be very impressed. Don't get me wrong. If all this talk of Guardians 3 and
Black Panther
2 and all of these, all this coming after these Infinity Wars, if they just said no, it's a ruse.
Yeah, it's not happening.
It's not happening.
Not happening.
It was a ruse. Played you basically for the spoiler. Yeah, for the actual shock value. I'd applaud it. I'd be pissed off because I want more Guardians in my life.
Yeah.
But at the same time, kudos. I can't see that being the case by any stretch of the imagination. But, some of them surely, there's going to be a way to bring some back.
There's got to be some more legitimate deaths before the end of this, I think, as you say.
My theory is that, like say, the ones that are left now
are the most likely to go.
Yeah, the most likely to go full stop, and then they'll do the reverse time thing or whatever to bring the other ones back.
So we'll get the Guardians almost as the new Avengers.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, and you got to remember as well, I think they've just got the rights to X-Men as well.
Okay.
So at some point over the next fucking 5 years,
Deadpool,
they're going to come into it.
Yeah.
And again, you're bringing in new characters. Again, Captain Marvel is coming in.
Yeah.
Now, it looks like you say, if this character is as big time as what I did not foresee, she's going to be leading shit.
Presumably, yeah.
They'll literally bring her in, and she will be the combination of fucking Iron Man and fucking Steve Rogers.
Well, yeah, it's a big void to fill if you are going to kill off one or both of those.
She'll be a taliswoman, essentially. And like you say, they can't afford to keep on paying Robert Downey Jr. Surely.
Yeah, that's the thing. It feels like that character's at the end of its shelf now, like the shelf life now.
Well, at one point he gets knifed.
Yeah, we thought he was gone. They teased it.
And you never know, he might die of his wounds. That could be it.
Yeah, it's never really explained how he survives that.
Yeah,
because he's impaled.
Yeah, he starts spraying something to seal his wound up or something.
Yeah,
but still, there's a lot of organs. It was a big ass sword that went through him.
Well, it's another one of those things that they do. If we're going to criticise, they do too often in this. It's just, I've got something to fix that.
Yeah. But again, I'd say it would be nice if, like you say, he goes through the whole of the next film. It's days saved, blah blah blah, and then it just at the end it's just like, well, I couldn't say, it was. I'm dying of my wounds. I was something along those lines. I only put a plug in it. Essentially, I'm still pretty much fucked. Yeah, that'd be a nice way of killing him off.
I mean, he's apparently got a wedding with Pepper Potts to come. So
exactly. So she's got to have the vows as he's dying in her arms.
Yeah.
I'd go for it. I mean, what do you think? I mean,
I don't know. As I say, I'm with you in that I still think that some of the big hitters have to go. I think if you're going to move on with your next phase,
you need these. Yeah, I say these.
you need to fill
characters.
some space. You know, you can't.
Instead of adding and adding and adding and all of a sudden having,
you can't
oh
just
my
having
god,
more and more Avengers. 'Cause
they're
I
just going
can't
to
see
have
us
to
having.
cycle through them.
Yeah, I
essentially.
can't see more Iron Man standalones or more Captain America standalones now.
No,
I think those stories are told.
Like you say, at some point, like you say, there's always talk of a Black Widow solo film, but it's never actually materialised.
No,
So
and she's not getting any younger, Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, I don't mean that
In a disrespectful way.
Disrespect,
but,
yeah,
you know,
it's true.
At some point, you've got to pull the trigger on
Yeah,
it.
so
Otherwise,
or you're going to have a flashback movie where she looks damn sight older than what she
Yeah.
did. So that's going to look out of place. So again, Hulk. I mean,
he feels like a spare part, kind of, at the moment.
Yeah, he's almost like one of those side characters
Yeah.
because he kind of is.
Yeah.
He's the muscle of that group.
But he's
Give him a little bit of an arc in this film, but he's always
massively
been,
interesting.
he's always the side character in the full film.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what he is. Because I think now, if they said, "Oh, make a Hulk film," they wouldn't.
Oh God, no.
Exactly.
I think that ship has definitely sailed, and I think
even if they hadn't made the original ones, I don't think at any point people would go. You'd have some fans saying, "I want a Hulk film."
I don't think anyone's clamouring for a Hulk film at
No,
this point.
but a studio definitely wouldn't be. So I mean, Hulk may be expendable.
Maybe, yeah. Could be expanded.
Well, I say everyone that's left essentially. I mean, there's other ones that need to come in as well, like your Ant-Man that wasn't in this.
Yeah,
your
Hawkeye wasn't in this.
I mean, if they're not disintegrated or whatever, I would imagine they're going to be in the second one to fill some slots.
Yeah.
Because again, now you've got a void of characters, and most of these characters know each other, so there's going to be no intricate back and forths to a degree.
Yeah.
So you need.
We've got our introductions out of the way, mostly.
And again, an Ant-Man, a Wasp. Because we keep on saying Ant-Man, Wasp's like equal billing in the next one. So Ant-Man and Wasp could be in it.
Evangeline Lilly, whatever the fuck her name is.
Yeah. Oh, from Lost?
Yeah.
From Lost.
Kate from Lost.
And again, what's to say if they can't get the schedule in for, big old Ant-Man that's had his first film, and then we'll go on to a second film as like a dual headline slot. What's to say instead of Ant-Man, it's Wasp that comes in?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, well,
Maybe.
I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
if half the universe has died, you could have Wasp coming into it as a Ant-Man fucking, turned into dust in front of my face, and now that's
Now
her
here I
motivation,
am.
if
Here
there
I
wasn't
am.
already a big enough one. So yeah, you don't have to have them joined at the hip to get one or both.
Things have kind of flipped for me in that I've mentioned how much I hated Thor the Dark World. He's kind of become the most interesting Avenger to me now, out of the original cast.
Ragnarok fucking helped that somewhat.
Yeah. He's been redeemed in my eyes.
Yeah.
He's got a bit of levity now.
I
He's
hope
funny.
Yeah, I hope Thor going forward joins the Guardians to a degree as a space, because he was always, again, Asgard was this astral space plane, wasn't it, rather than almost another planet to
Like
itself.
a floating
Yeah.
thing.
So I say him joining the Guardians, I think that would work, because again, they're space based, he's space based. It would work. And you saw that when it teamed up.
It was a good fit in this film.
Yeah.
They worked really well together.
I going forward, I don't know. Like you say, I'm very intrigued to see how they go forward with it. Like how they bring in other people, if they do bring in other people. I mean, and then how they resolve it. Because, like you say, as much as I would respect them for actually killing off these people and keeping them dead,
I can't see it.
no.
There's so much money to be made. You've just made $1 billion plus.
And also, like you
Black
say,
Panther.
I mean, the thing is as well, if you don't bring them back, you don't then bring back half the fucking universe, which means the hero's lost regardless.
Well, that's it. Yeah, that's a quandary, and we finally do see some people in the streets disintegrating at the end, and we realise, actually,
it's not just the heroes that are dying; it's
there's
literally
a
half the
human
universe.
cost to this. Yes.
Yeah, I'd say it's not just the humans as well. Every other race.
Every other race in the universe.
Yeah. So again, if they didn't reverse that in some way, which took out all of the fucking cast mainly in that same manner, your Gamora happened before. So
she's gone.
She's gone. Vision, again, the stone, so he didn't go off in that way. Pretty much everyone that disintegrated, I'd imagine, is going to reintegrate at some point.
Would you have possibly changed the order of the deaths? Because I kind of felt the Gamora death was a more impactful and interesting death than the Vision death. I felt that would have been a better conclusion.
But they needed the set piece of the battle for it to happen.
Yeah, it was difficult.
No, I say that was the Gamora death was well done, but at the same time, like I say, there was no emotional connection to the characters that she loves and love her. That was the thing. I mean, like you say, you had that moment with Peter when he shot her,
Yeah.
but obviously didn't, and then got pulled away. But even after that, it was kind of detached. It was its own thing. Like, she didn't even, have Nebula, her, the sister, not sister, there to see it. She just knew it happened.
Well, I just think it was the idea of a soul stone. You're sacrificing a soul, which is a big thing. And
Yeah.
I that almost was more impactful, the fact that she died alone without being surrounded by those she loved.
I guess. And like you say, if it did happen the way I thought it would, then again it would be a bit maybe on the nose. Again, just having the so much and the big swell of fucking music and violins everywhere. And
Yeah, I mean that was our speculation for Peter Quill going forward. Are we going to get a more mournful mixtape now?
REM.
REM. Fucking Mad World.
Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be
tear us apart. Written in the background.
Just My Chemical Romance blazing out.
Yeah, just drifting slowly through the universe.
It's the slowest paced.
The day is long and the night.
It's Marvel's cinematic motion picture from Star Trek with the pacing. It's there's 10-second longing shots that go on 10 seconds too long.
So I mean it's massively changed the dynamic of that, because that's Gamora.
Yeah,
She is a guardian of the galaxy.
I'm actually I'm hopeful for that, because again, there's the whole her and Peter Quill thing going into a third one. Will they? Won't they? They've done that for 2 movies, and they kind of did it.
We see the kiss in this film,
which I should have seen. That should have been the. But I did not know about her contract running out.
I said it when the kiss happened. I said to you, Gamora's dying.
Yeah.
Because I'm a cunt who can't.
Yeah, it's a bit on the nose. So going forward, like you say, it'll be interesting to see what they do with the Peter Quill character, because obviously he's going to be brought back shortly. I mean, he's box office, as they say. Chris Pratt alone is fucking box office nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, we can't emphasise enough just how great they were in this The Guardians of the Galaxy.
Brilliant. Absolutely. Like you say,
every single scene they were in.
Because it was fresh. Again, it was the second one was more of the same, but ramped up a bit for them. So it felt similar. This one, because they're still the same characters, they're still the same traits, but because they're interacting with different scenarios and different characters, it felt fresh again.
Oh, it was wonderful.
Yeah, they weren't interacting with each other mainly. It was them.
Yeah, I mean, they're separated pretty early on. I mean, Groot and Rocket go off with Thor, and we get the interaction, like you say, between Peter Quill and Tony Stark and all that sort of thing.
Peter Quill and Thor.
Yeah.
When his sexuality was
challenged. That was one of my favourite scenes in any Marvel film there's ever been.
So Peter Quill feeling inadequate and being called fat next to Thor. I mean, like I say, the Guardians were brilliant in it.
Spider-Man was good again. Hasn't outstayed his welcome yet.
Yeah,
like I said, worried about him as well.
They've cast.
I didn't like sort of the mecha Spider-Man suit.
But
I see what he had to do.
It was a bit.
It's not the Spider-Man I like.
No. Well, like you say, we appreciated that Spider-Man reboot film on the basis that it was so relaxed in its
grounded
will.
in reality, and it had lovable Michael Keaton.
Exactly. But obviously with this one, with them taking on a mad alien titan with a scrotum for a chin, they obviously he's got to be able to hold up, because if he had been punched in a rubber suit, you'd have gone, he should be dead. His ribs should be caved in.
There is an element of that,
which I get. So it didn't bother me as much. Again, it was a means to an end. And again, I think we got a glimpse of it at the end of the other Spider-Man film when he got offered to join the Avengers.
He was offered it and turned it down.
That's right. So you knew it existed.
Yeah.
You knew it was coming at some point. Say the ones that didn't really get a lot of time really was, let's say, your likes of Black Widow.
Yeah.
Like, hardly no time at all, really. I mean, the problem is, again, she's a spy that kicks people. Every fucker else is a god.
That's it. That's always sort of been the problem of her.
She was always a B character, but then they made the mistake of casting a massive A-lister and as a B-list character. And again, I don't mean that as a bad way to any Black Widow character fans out there. It's like you say, she shoots guns.
Yeah.
It's in a comic book world.
She's always been a stretch of the imagination. Is how is she hanging in this world of gods and superheroes, like you say.
Which would be a brilliant premise for a fucking standalone film. like struggling to find her own identity in this,
Yeah.
this absolute
Well, the
clusterfuck.
past they've teased out for her sounds incredible, but
You never got it,
yeah,
and we still don't get it in this one.
yeah.
Like even the attachment between
What happened in Budapest, Black Widow?
Well, like I say, and the problem is her two emotional ties through this entire thing. Yes, she's had a bit of a partnership with Steve Rogers, but it's a professional, playful kind of thing. But like I say, Hulk was the other one, Bruce Banner.
And Hawkeye.
And Hawkeye. Hawkeye isn't in this film.
Yeah, so we lose that.
And the Bruce Banner connection, they just skirted over just with a handoff line because they didn't want to delve into it because people got so pissed off with that in the last one that they didn't really, it was just like, I'm back. Okay.
Yeah.
And then somebody goes, that was awkward.
Yeah.
Like, I'd say everybody jumped on hate for that fucking Black Widow thing because, again, she felt like a monster or something for not being able to give birth or not being able to bear a child.
Oh, Christ, I'd forgotten that, yeah.
And everybody then went, oh, you're saying that people that can bear children are monsters or something, and you're just like, no, the character feels like that is,
That
but that's the
individual,
conflict. You can't write everybody perfectly, and again, so liberal dickheads ruined. It could be an interesting point of view. They're not saying, they're not shaming people that can't bear children. They were saying, they could have opened it up and included them in it, how she overcomes this way of thinking. But instead, of course, keyboard,
Shut
shut it down. I don't agree with it. I don't let it play out. Fucking, this is why Trump gets in. This is why libtards.
This is why we're all going to die.
Yeah, clowns to the left of me, libtards to the right. Here I am. Well, they'd be to the left, I guess, but you know what I mean.
To the left and the right.
Yeah, it's just, I'm surrounded. It's it's the Alamo situation.
Yeah.
So again, still Black Widow's kind of just there again.
Yeah.
And being a Scarlett Johansson fan, I want to front centre, but I know I'm not going to get that.
I mean, in terms of the deaths, then, did they have the emotional impact for you?
No.
I think that's fair.
Gamora.
Gamora was the biggest one, I think.
I think Loki shocked me the most because I just did not see it coming. Until obviously he manifested the knife in his hand and says, "Oh, there goes Loki." But
I wouldn't say it surprised me as such. I think if I'd have thought of him beforehand, maybe he'd have won. But I just didn't even occur to me he'd be in it.
See, that was the same with Idris Elba for me.
Yeah.
And that was the It's like, oh, he's in it. Oh shit, he's dying.
Yeah.
So Loki was a surprise because I thought he'd have a part going forward. Because he's such a big name and a loved character.
Yeah, and I suppose the Gamora one, it was probably the most emotional one, but we've seen so little of her and Thanos.
Yeah.
To build up to that.
Yeah. Like, they tried to put some flashbacks in there to build on that, which, again, they were well done, but the more it went on, you thought, this is an integral part of the story, which is why they're doing it.
Yeah.
And the other one, like I say, the problem is the other one, that they're all going to be brought back.
Well, yeah, Vision meant nothing to me because he's such an unrelatable character. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a robot with a glowing fucking forehead.
Yeah, he's like a less
who's now
Data.
fell in love with
the witch.
The Scarlet Witch, who is again another character I couldn't give two shits about.
Yeah.
So there's just two castaway characters there, really.
Well, yeah, Scarlet Witch is a character that was introduced through an end credit scene. That's how important she is. That was her first appearance.
Technically, so is Captain Marvel, and Captain Marvel could be the future of this franchise.
Well, as you say, we haven't seen her yet, I suppose.
So again, they are.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why.
Less is more. But then again, with being such a big film, it may have paid off to see it because, like you say, it's a big film. Therefore, you get the big end credit.
Yeah.
But I say the deaths. Like I say, it shocked me to see some of them die, and therefore they won't be in a lot of the second one unless they bring them back straight away. But I can't imagine it will not be until the very end and the big resolve. So there'll be no Star-Lord in the next one.
Yeah, that's a blow.
Yeah, cause I like Star-Lord, and I really wanted him to interact with everyone in that universe, not just Tony Stark and Spider-Man.
Like we say, Black Panther was so marginalised in this, and it's going to be again because he's dead now.
Yeah. Like I say, other ones that...
But they all just happened so quickly and so close together that it lost that impact.
Yeah. Like I say, the one that you thought was going to go was old Tony Stark when he got stabbed, and you thought...
that felt like a moment when it happened.
And then they just didn't do it in the end.
Yeah, they bottled it.
But again, like I say, going forward, like I expect the ones that are left to be the ones that are the impactful ones. Because again, your Doctor Strange, your Black Panthers, all they're the Guardians. They're all the new ones. Groot, teenage Groot.
Oh, he's dead. Yeah,
he's dead. He's another one. So you've got all of these that again, they're the ones that are going forward. They're the ones that have only had the one film or the secondary role in other films. So like you say, your fours that have had 3 films. You can't imagine them going to go for much longer. Maybe Hemsworth, because he's young compared to. The same with Steve Rogers. I mean, Captain America is a decent brand. You could still
maybe.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I don't really give a damn about Captain America too much.
I enjoy his films, but I mean, it feels like his time. He's not Captain America anymore.
Yeah, saying his last film was a prelude to this. Essentially, it was the Civil War. It was an ensemble cast.
We don't see the suit and we don't see the shield at any point in this film. We are seeing Steve Rogers, the conflicted man.
Yeah, and his beard.
Yeah,
because nothing says conflicted man like scraggy hair and a beard, by all accounts.
What are you trying to say?
Well, I've got scraggy hair. A lot of it.
We're both conflicted men.
Yes, we are conflicted men. Human trash bags, conflicted nonetheless. So yeah, I don't know. Going for it'll be. Like I say, nothing really. Like I say, because they'll be brought back. It's the ones that are now left that.
Yes.
For the next 2 years, I'm going to be going. Oh God!
It's, as much as I'm excited to see what happens next, there's no emotional punch. I'm not concerned about what happens next.
Yeah.
It's not. It didn't feel like a cliffhanger, particularly.
No,
as much as they wanted it to.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, the end shot is him just watching the sunrise, knowing that he had completed his task, which is what a throwaway line in the, halfway through, wasn't it? But with him, just like you say, I mean, he's killed half the universe. So I mean, there's no stakes higher at this point as well going forward. Like the only thing now you're concerned with is
rescuing people.
Yeah, so which one of my favourite characters isn't now going to make it?
Well, yeah, that's it. I mean, in terms of his arc, Thanos, I mean, I assume he has to die, presumably, but
I imagine so.
But he's completed his goal.
Yeah,
we're not going into the next film with him still needing an Infinity Stone. He's done it. He's done what he needed to do. That's finished.
So yeah, it's a case of. Obviously, they're going to have to get the Infinity Stone off him, 1 or 2 of them, and then somehow use it. I mean, the thing is, that time stone was wielded by old Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
he's gone. So are they just going to bring back his companion?
Or Mr. Wong, whatever his name is.
Yeah, or is it just going to be a case of anyone can use it?
Maybe.
If they hold it and wish upon a star, that I wish that everything went back to the way it was, and
click your heels together.
And that's what I fear it will be. Because I don't want it to be that cut and dry. Obviously, I know they're going to bring back these people, and I know that fucking time stone is going to be a part of it.
I just don't want it to be stupid.
I don't want another fucking Spider-Man reboot at the same time. Because so you've got again Spider-Man. He was the one going forward.
Oh yeah.
Like I say, it depends. Again, I mean, we got 2 films. Like I say, Ant-Man and Wasp, they weren't in it. Hawkeye wasn't in it, so they can come back to fill a few lines and pages of script, and But are they going to bring in anyone else new in Ant-Man and Wasp? Captain Marvel. Are they going to bring in their side characters? Which, I'm not too familiar with all.
But the hell they are.
No, but they could be big heroes coming forward. That we did, because we're just casual. We did not know. A Robin to a Batman, so to speak, that we don't know of.
Yeah, we will see.
It'll be interesting. But well done, Marvel.
Yeah, definite thumbs up.
Well done. Anything else you want to?
I think that's it as far as the Avengers goes. What have you got coming up?
Hey.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
So yeah, coming up next, I guess it'll be the absolute disappointment. Because we saw the trailer.
Solo?
Yeah, we saw the trailer.
This will leave us Solo.
I
can't think of what the next. I mean, like I say, I'm still Netflixing. To be fair, I mean, we're gonna have to get together one night and just watch some absolute shite on Netflix.
Paul Blart.
You
have to do it.
2. Yeah.
Well, they're both on there now. Back to back. Paul Blart. Double header experience.
The retrospective of Pixels.
Oh no! Alvin and Chipmunks.
Oh,
The full series.
No. Oh, Peter Rabbit.
Oh, God.
Because that trailer just annoys me enough.
Fuck you, James Corden.
Oh, I hate his voice so much.
Hate his face.
Just hate him in general. He's not a talented
I hope he
individual.
turns to dust.
Yeah. Hopefully
Big
he was
fatty
half
dust.
of that universe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I generally, off the top of my head, I don't know what's next. This was like the one that I was building up to, and
Yeah.
I don't know what came. I actually don't know what's out this summer. I'm that cut adrift from it.
We'll cross those bridges when we come to them. We'll get Solo out of the way. As and when we see anything else beforehand, it'll be up on the Facebook page. So continue to check that out as and when you can.
Like, and subscribe, and
Do whatever it is you do
whatever.
in Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't care.
No. Yeah, and just keep an eye out for more Netflix stuff, because I don't get to the cinema very often anymore.
Yeah, and as and when you get round to seeing Avengers Infinity War, everybody, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Good, bad, or indifferent.
Did any deaths actually impact you when they did
Yes.
not touch our cynical cult
Did they,
hearts?
as the kids on Instagram would say, hit you right in the feels?
In the feels,
Yeah.
yes. What was lit about this film?
Or what was...
Hashtag fire emoji.
Yeah, what's the opposite of lit?
Doused.
Doused.
Well, lit fire, doused fire, you doused the fire. Oh, never mind. Fuck you.
What was shit?
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah, till next time, everybody.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Buysy buys, everyone.